Hey, goddess. Let's talk. Hey, good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Joy, and this is our Goddess Talks that you are at right now. So if you have not been here before, welcome. If you are here for the second time, welcome back. What we're going to be doing today and what I have been trying to establish doing is I'm just going to be pulling a card from a tarot deck. I'll pull a card from an oracle deck, and it is not for the purpose of necessarily telling you your future or anything like that. It is just for us to kind of gather in the same space and have something to pull from to be able to talk about some concepts and things, whatever might come up for me, that I think might be important to share. I spend a lot of my time doing sharing information, whether it's poetry, whether it's direct teaching or whatever. And to me, this is another way for me to learn, for you to learn, for me to teach, for you to teach yourself. If there's anything that you are more curious about that I may not be an expert in, that I don't have information on, please take this as an opportunity to dive in and get curious about the things that really light you up. Okay. That's kind of how I have moved through a lot of things. I found something that just lit me up. I did more research and made it into my own type of ritual and soothing practice. Okay. I'm going to do my best. The way that the light is set up right now, I literally can't see the camera. So when I hold stuff up, I will try to make sure that you are able to see it. Okay. So I'm going to be pulling from this tarot deck first, and then I'll be pulling from the oracle deck when we get done. I will make sure that I put the links for everything that I use during the time that we're together or anything that I might talk about. Okay. All right. Anything that you need to know more specifically about me, you're going to find that in the description box below. All of my socials and also more information. Ooh, I love it. More information to support you in whatever your journey might be. So a card already came out. Loving this card. And the card is the Fool. Okay. So the Fool, this card, let's dissect it for a little second here. One, in this depiction of the Fool, different decks are going to be different. Sometimes it's a man, sometimes it's a woman, sometimes it's a they, them. It's all types of things, right? Right now, this is depicted as a feminine energy with a little dog. All right. And somebody who is close to the edge of the cliff, right? And kind of in her own world, in her music. If you are a musical person, that might mean something to you. If you're someone who's always lost in that. I also see somebody who, her hair is full with flowers, her clothes are filled with flowers, and she's in the middle of nature. So like a person who is probably in tune with nature, but also trusting whatever nature is bringing her. I mean, literally at the edge of the cliff with no worries in the world. And also with the city, you can see in the background of her. So maybe somebody who has disconnected from all the hustle and bustle, who is finding her own way of being in the world. And is somebody who, even if you see her dog is either trying to get her attention or her dog is in her same energy, mimicking her energy, or maybe giving her the energy. Maybe you have a support animal. Maybe your pet wants to be scratched a little bit more and try to let you know. I have 2 dogs and they're consistently wanting to be scratched all the time. Actually, recently, what I will say is I probably take on a lot of my life in this way where I can, one, be lost in music. I can be definitely lost in nature, a bit of a fairy out in the world and doing my own thing and unafraid of everything. But at the same time, my little babies, they can't do exactly what I could do, but they could come with me where I go, but they require a lot of care, right? Recently, something happened with the dogs where I had to give more attention. And as a matter of fact, what it actually did was gave me a high level of anxiety because my dogs, I have kids, I have human kids, I have dogs too. If they are uncomfortable or anything like that, then I'm uncomfortable, right? The fact, if they can't sleep well, then I can't sleep well. If they cannot communicate to me what it is exactly that's wrong, I have to do a whole investigation thing. But I realize how connected my energy was to the things around me, whether it's people, whether it's animals. And if you are somebody who maybe identifies as being empathic, not just someone who's like just sensitive or sympathetic for other people, but really empathic, meaning you can experience what they're experiencing. If they feel bad, you want them to stop feeling bad because you have to feel it as well. One of the things I had to recognize for myself, one is the dogs and the things around me are probably more resilient than I imagine, and I don't have to take on the anxiety, especially if I'm trying to be a helper. I need to have less anxiety to be a better helper. The other thing about being empathic, if you know that you are, is looking out or finding rituals for yourself to protect your energy. You, one, need to be a person who knows how to read what energy is mine? Like, what's my regular state of being? My regular state of being when I'm not surrounded by people is this. It's peace, it's joy, it's clarity. And when I'm around other people, it's not that it's not that, but when new energies are added, because I have taken the time to actually figure out what my energy feels like, I can tell the difference now when it's somebody else. Being able to tell the difference between your energy and someone else's, it changes the way that you even compute an interaction, right? So if somebody, let's say they have an energy of depression or sadness or worry or whatever, you get around them, you know your energy before you got there. Now you can feel their energy. So you know there's a feeling of depression, sadness. If I'm not aware of that, I just feel like you make me feel sad. You make me feel anxious. Maybe the answer is just I should get away. Or by me understanding that it's not my energy, maybe I can actually move into a space of being able to help or being able to be my steady self and show an example as to how to move from that space to the next space, even if I'm not directly helping, right? But being wrapped up in everyone's worry around you, everyone just stays in worry. So I think as an empath, one, for your own comfort, you want to be able to protect your understanding of your emotions as somebody else's, but also as someone who might be a healer or a helper. And a lot of times people who are healers or helpers are very empathic for the purpose of being able to identify to help, right? So we have to be able to separate ourselves to be able to do that. People used to ask me going into, for clients and therapy, like, how do you listen to us talk about these things and you don't get upset? And because I wholeheartedly truly believe, one, for myself, for humans, and for you, that whatever challenges are in front of us, one, I've probably heard them, I've been through them, I know that they are doable to get through, right? And so if I'm in a room with you and I am like, oh my God, that's so terrible what they did to you, and I'm crying with you, and not that I'm not feeling sad about it, but if I'm in the room with you and I'm lost in that, how can I help you? How can I be steady? How can I even convince you that steadiness is possible? Right. So it could be that this message is for the person who is la 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 la, but still, like, you could be out in this world, but still know that other people see you living your life. And it is helpful, right, to be able to be fearless and be in this energy, but still also be conscious of the things that are around you. Okay. I'm going to pull from this. This is the Realist Oracle. All right, let's see what we get. This won't be too long. I do have a guidebook as well, so I'll be reading from the guidebook for the Realist Oracle. Oh, it blew out. Let's see. Shut your mouth. Okay. Anyway, where I'm about to be. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look, if y'all don't believe in nothing, that's fine. But I do. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to read from the guidebook. Hold on. So that was number 17. Went right to it. Element water. Okay. Fill your cup. Deep cellular healing. Optimism. Hope for a bright future. This card means that you have learned to appreciate your journey as a unique and guided experience with a higher purpose. Pour into yourself. Come back to your earliest sources of joy, creativity, and inspiration, and you will find yourself in a time of supreme spiritual, emotional, and physical wellness. Okay? So I have been getting the nudge all week to come and take like a spiritual bath, which is a regular thing I do in the ocean, whatever ocean I am near. And things just kept popping up, but I know that I was supposed to be here this morning. I actually went to go somewhere else this morning and they were closed. And so I was like, I might as well just go ahead and come to the beach. And I'm glad I did. So if you are getting nudges, maybe this was your nudge. If you're getting that nudge to take care of yourself or to step into like really deepening your connection with yourself and with your healing. Here's this thing about healing. We're never completely healed, right? But we can learn the skill of moving through lifing better and better. And when you allow yourself, though, like water is also symbolic of emotions. When you allow yourself to be poured over with the emotions, yours, right? With your grief, with your sadness, with your realizations. When you allow yourself to be poured over with it, you realize how resilient and strong you are. Like I survived all that stuff. And I'm also in charge of the narrative around what that means about me. And I don't have to stay captive to anybody else's narrative. So like I can pour myself over with all the truth, all the emotions, all the things that I thought about have happened to me, but still I'm above it, right? I can still walk through it. I'm still okay. I could be completely naked in it and vulnerable in it, but still feel powerful in it, around it, through it. Water can mean a lot to a lot of people. If you're a water sign or if you connect to like, I don't know, water goddesses, things like that. Water is something that can transport us different places. It can destroy us. It can rebuild us. Water is the first thing you want, even when you're hungry and you want water, right? It's a necessity, but so are our emotions. They're energies. Our emotions are like a reflection of our experiences. It's how we as human beings get to experience our experiences. So I wouldn't give up any of the emotions, but I would like to be able to bounce out of them when I'm ready. But purely going through them first, right? And I think the thing about that in terms of it deepening your spiritual connection is you realize that when emotions, which are so powerful, are not more powerful than you feel more grounded in your spiritual journey. You know that you're not, if you are in a spiritual journey, you're not doing that alone. Because some stuff, I gotta say, some emotions, some memories could be strong enough where they really do feel like they could take me out, take you out, take us out. But they never do. They never, ever do. And so I have to believe they never will. All right. So, like I said, I will be posting this up, probably more clear pictures, and I'll be also posting the link for you to grab any of the decks that I used today. But I think I'm going to close it out at that because I'm super anxious about getting myself dipped in that water. But thank you for joining us again. If you have specific things that you would like to hear about, like specific topics around relationship, sensuality, that type of thing, I can always incorporate it with this. Let me know. At some point, I will be opening up like a Q&A for us so I can anonymously answer questions too. We used to do a Dear Joy like that on the other platform, so we'll probably definitely be bringing that as we continue to grow. But thank you everybody for joining, and I'll see you later. Bye.